Oh my, it did work. Wow. Okay, are you freaked out or not? Because I am. There's three of us here. Well, no, I have three screens going. All that trouble I was having. Oh my gosh. I went and I got a camera. Not a camera. Yeah, a webcam. That is this right here. And I rigged it up to the phone so that I could I don't know. Anyway, till I got the phone going, which is this here, and the camera, which is this here, I was afraid to touch anything to move it so that you could see me. So I hooked my iPad in just to get me on there for a few minutes, and I'm gonna probably turn it off because it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. And when I want to look at the what you guys are talking or comments of any kind or anything like that, I have to look away. So I'll try and leave it for a little bit and see what happens, but I think it's going to get probably turned off eventually. For right now, we will keep, no, actually, yeah, we'll keep it at two. Two works so much nicer, I think. Okay, that's better. For now, anyway. Hi, Susie. Okay, so I'm down to two now, but that third one is out there. Anytime I can bring it back. So I'm thinking if maybe I want to hold something up to show you a close up of it, that might be the way to go. Yeah, actually, hmm, it doesn't shrink. Does it shrink the other two pictures when I do that? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to quit messing with it right now. What I want to show you today is green stuff. First of all, I copied something. Hi, Connie. I copied something from Kelly Atchison, who is one of my favorite demonstrators. She does beautiful, beautiful things. And I saw this and I just loved it. It is with the, hi, Carol. It's with the Perched in a Tree. I've been dying to use this set for something live because it's so cool. I just like it so much. And now let's see, this is where it's time to add the third one, okay? Now look at that. That's it, perched in a tree. So I can hold that up and you can see it better. And I can hold things up as I'm doing things. But if this gets in the way, I might have to move it. But we'll see what happens. This is, it's a little weird, okay? If it distracts you, if you don't like, don't, I won't be offended if you tell me to take it off because then you can look at those other two screens better and see what's going on up there. Anyway, what she did is she made an easel card. I forget what she even called it, but she used this. So I started doing it, and then I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna just quick run through this and finish it tonight on live. So that's what I did. Okay, so you take two different pieces of evening evergreen. One, let me see if I can find the measurements here. Yep, I got them. Okay, it's 4 1/4 by 11, and you just score it at 5 1/2. Then you take a smaller piece, which is 4 by 7. That's this. You score it at 2 1/2 and 5, and then accordion fold it and glue it onto here. So now you have this. That doesn't show well anywhere. Okay. So, so make sure that you crease this really, really well because otherwise it doesn't stand up. But here's the glam. Here's the good part. Okay, you take a piece of evening evergreen shimmer paper, And that piece is your 4 by 5. No, is it 4 1/8 by 5 3/8? And you just layer it. You're going to cut out the birch trees with the dies from the Perched in a Tree set. So it's this die. You just lay it down on here and cut it out. And that is just that's actually mint macron. Then you take the stamp that has all these little bumps and you stamp over the whole thing in evening evergreen. And that's where I kind of left off here. We're going to do this again on a different design, slightly different design. I just had to show this to you. I just really thought this was pretty. And I really, really liked it. But I hated to do a whole card copying it from somebody else. But I do like it. So, okay, so we glue that down. And here's the really cool thing. So we take a piece of white. We take our evening evergreen. We stamp the bird. Boy, in evening evergreen. We then stamp this branch also in evening evergreen. Okay, then we take our water painters. First, we take our chamois and clean off those stamps because that evening evergreen sure gets messy when you don't wipe it off nice. I was wearing it this afternoon. Okay, take your water painter. It has a little bit of water in it. Take your evening evergreen pad. And of course, you do this. I already did it, but I'm going to show you how to do it. Just take this and squeeze it a little bit and then open it. And you end up with your ink inside there. So you're going to just take a little bit of this, not a lot, add a little water to it. It gets a little soupy. And go in here where the wing feathers are darkest. And just kind of up in here. And then whenever you feel like you want it a little bit darker, just go in here and get some more of the ink on your water painter. Okay, and you just get your color. I want his belly to be a little more of the green. And that dark green will always show up where the ink is there. So I'm going to put a little more green there. And then I'm going to just kind of do his head a little bit. And I'm going to add a little water everywhere that there's green, just to kind of add those shadows. A little more dark here. And now this is very, very wet and will not die cut very well. So, what I have done, oh, wait, we have to do the branch too. And I did the same thing there, just wherever it's dark, just add a little more ink. And then the rest just kind of use like a wash, just your light, very light green water. And you don't have to worry about staying in the lines for a while because you're going to die cut this anyway. So everywhere you went outside the lines, it's going to go away. It's not going to matter. So, one of the cardinal rules when you are doing this kind of painting is to always have a paper towel, napkin, something nearby to clean it off. And this is too wet to cut. So I'm going to just set it aside to dry. And I'm going to pull in the one that I did this afternoon and use it instead. Um, put the lid back on that. Here it is. Okay, and I'm just assembling the rest of this. Like I said, I started doing this afternoon, and I thought, well, since I'm copying it, I didn't really want to show you how to do the whole thing. Kelly does a fine job of that, but it's such a pretty card that I just thought I would quick just run through it with you. So we take this thing with the green spots and we put the evening evergreen and just kind of go all over here. Same thing here. Then the best way, okay, this sticks because it's paper, so it sticks good this way. Okay, just putting it right on the cardstock. That sticks fine. But sometimes you have a little bit of trouble getting the cardstock then to stick to that. And the best thing to use for that is almost always glue dots. So if you have glue dots handy, let's do that. Ooh, I just pulled a whole bunch off here. So I'm going to use them all. That's the easy way to stick a whole bunch of glue dots down. And I got them all. Yep. And then we just stick that here. Then we take our branch. And I'm going to attach the branch with mini dimensionals. Down at the bottom end. I am going to keep working all week with this camera. It's going to kind of make me crazy till I get it working right. I know there's got to be a way that I can do this that I can move it around and that you can see what's going on. And it does have a light, which I think helps a little bit from the shadows. It almost seems to make the phone part look better. But I'm just trying to get a little closer, find something that will zoom and look a little nicer that way. Okay, so we put the branch down, and then the next thing we do is we put our bird. Excuse me. Stick the bird to the card, and only part of him goes on. So you only want to put the dimensionals on part of him. And there he is. Now, oh, I know. I also had a little scrap of this sparkle paper that I was going to glue down here. And of course, I'll stamp something inside there. I haven't figured out what yet. But since this is a quickie, I'm not going to worry about it now. But this took me down a rabbit hole, guys. And that is why I called today's little card thing the greens. There we are. Can you can't see that so good. I'm going to hold it and put it right up here. There. Now you can see it. And then it opens up like that. Okay. Now, that's that. That was only halfway showing you what to do because it isn't mine. Now, mine. So I went down this rabbit hole and I came back with this idea. Very, very similar. This one I took, I just took my evening evergreen base and I took the soft succulent and cut out the aspen trees. Now, when you're cutting, if you're using this die, what you got to do is you got to cut out a piece of, you got to cut your piece here first. So I cut this 5 1/4 by 4. Then I put the die on and ran it through. I guess the die went on like this and ran it through, and then you get an oval cutout. Now, I want to put these little dots on there because I think that makes it look more realistic. I really like this set. There's just so much about it that I think is pretty. And this is one of the things that I think is just a cool idea. Now, ink these up a little bit and just start splattering them around. And they make the trees look like they have bark or something. I don't know. They just do something. So that's that. And I'm going to do the same thing as what I just did on the other card, except this is just going to be your basic card rather than the dimensional card. This is going to be flat, so I'm going to glue that down. And I'm just putting a little bit of glue here and there. Doesn't need a lot, doesn't need to be all up and down those trees. That stays pretty good. You might want to put a little bit up here at the top. And I keep forgetting I do have one of those nice little glue things that just puts a little bit of glue on instead of having glue leak all over the place like that. And I just keep forgetting to use it. Connie, you're using this set quite a bit too, huh? Susie, it's Kelly Atchison. Atcheson. She has her blog is called A Stamp Above, and she really does some pretty cards. Um, she sells a lot of her tutorials, and this just happened to be one she put free on her website. But I could prove a lot of times you can figure out what she's doing. Okay, and I'm going to just put this one up with dimensionals and put this bird right on there. Yeah, Connie, I really like this set a lot too. I There's so many you could really use it for other than Christmas. I mean, it doesn't have to be Christmas cards, but it does make some pretty Christmas cards too. And using that sparkle paper in the background just really jazzes it up a lot. Makes it look really pretty. Now, I'm thinking after I started putting this all together, I started thinking, that would look really neat with some branches, like not branches, that is a branch, with some oh, some die cut greens, or maybe even some gold die cut greens. Something like that would glitz it up some too. Okay, so this one I did the same thing as I showed you with the other one with the white. I used the water painter, I used the green, but I did it on green paper, and I kind of like that effect. It makes the whole bird green, but it brings out the shadows in it pretty nice. And on this one, I think that this would go best with just a very, very simple um, greeting. Again, I like let heaven and nature sing. I think that's so appropriate with this card. And I'm going to stamp it on green. And I think I'm going to put it right there. Not on green, on oh, vanilla, very vanilla. So when I said before I went down a rabbit hole, well, the rabbit hole that I went down is after I started doing these, I just kind of got sidetracked a little bit because I started playing with that green sparkle paper. I really like that green sparkle paper too. I have a lot. I think Carol pointed this out to me that everything has sparkle with me. Yeah, I guess it kind of does. I just love sparkly things. And so I'm going to show you another trick having to do with sparkly things then in a minute. Okay, I'm going to try the double oval punch. I'm not quite sure if this is going to fit or not. I'm just trying this out. Well, you know what? It'll. Oh, sort of, yeah. And you know what? I could probably use the sparkly green for the background. Yep, I believe that works. And I get my sparkles. And again, using the glue dots to stick down to the sparkles. Then I'm going to use dimensionals to put this, attach it to the card. And that's that one. I'm going to hold it up there because it's backwards on there. And I'm also going to use a piece of my flake paper and I'm going to stamp the inside. This has the aspen dies too. I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to one of these days. Wishing you abundant joy and peace. And in fact, that's what I wanted to put on this one too. Okay, and that is going to go on the inside. And that's that. Okay, there we go. Now, here's where I went crazy. I started adding other elements, lots of other elements to the sparkle paper. Okay, wait till you see this. I like it, I really do, but it has a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so I started, and this one I got from Connie. Hi, Barb. Oh yes, Susie. I just love the dogs. I love the birds. The birds are just great. I just love them. That's like I don't know. I just like them. It's unexpected for Christmas, I guess. I guess that's what I like. Connie, I used your trick here with this. Connie showed me this is the sweet candy cane set. And the sweet candy cane dies are so cool. You can, I don't know where I put them. Here they are. Here it is. Okay, so this is one of them. This is this one here. Okay, so you cut it out and you have this really cool, right? I love that. Just like that. Just the green on green is so pretty. The red's pretty. Red on white, red on red. Connie, I have that card around here somewhere that I made that you gave us the kit for. Um, but I don't know where it is right now, so I guess I'm not getting it out. Oops. But what you showed us was cut one out backwards. And look at this. Isn't that cool? I just love that. Okay, so what I did here is I took a piece of, oh, what is this? This is festive foils. And the festive foils paper is all one-sided. So you have to cut that out upside down, which is what I did. Cut this out, uh, put the paper on the white side, cut it like that. Then you have that, and then you have your sparkly one cut out the right way, and you lay it on top, and boom, there you go. This is another one. You have to cut it to the size you want, then die cut it, because otherwise you're gonna have it's not gonna cut out. And look what you get. This is a bonus with this set. You get all these little pieces, which I know are going to be useful somewhere. I haven't figured out where yet, but I'm saving them because I know they're going to be useful. Actually, I did. I am going to use them on. I think I'm going to use them on this card. Actually, no, the next card I'm going to use them on. Okay, so I got that, and I think let's see. I'm ready to glue that together. Okay, so I glued this one out of the foils. And I'm going to use my little glue applicator. Susie, I lied to you many years ago. You told me to get this, and I said, oh no, that wouldn't help me any. I lied because this is great. I got these on Amazon. I also got the Stampin' Up one that's used for um, embellishments. That's a runnier glue, and it's clear, but so I guess it would be okay. But I just filled one of these that I got from Amazon. I just filled it up with white glue, my Tombow glue, and it just works really nice for me. I gave one to Carol. I thought she would like that too because Carol doesn't like all the little gluing. And this makes it a little bit easier, but I still have glue everywhere. Okay, and then I'm actually going to use the other one. This one, I don't know if this is open yet. It is. Okay, this is the Stampin' Up one. I'm going to use this to see how it works on here because I made a mess out of the other one. Okay, it's the same. It's just clear. I thought it was runnier, but it's really not. See how it dries. That's going to be the real test, right? And I'm going to use my tweezers if they're here to help me here because I don't know. I always find tweezers to be a big help. And put that on there. Okay. Now What are we going to do next? Huh. Well, so I start digging through my stash after I come up with these two things. Good, Carol. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad that that worked out for you. Okay. Um, I tried something else. See, I just kept adding to this, and I hate to do that to you, but I did it anyway. Decorated with happiness. The dies with this are cool. It's called Decorating Pine Dies, and I think the ones that I used I took out already, but they're, I mean, they have little pine boughs and bows and a couple different bows and all different kinds of things like that. And what I did is I used the different ornaments that they had and cut them out of very vanilla. Oh, there. Okay. So I took, let's see, they have bells, they have that one, and this one, all these different ornaments. And then they have some plain ones that aren't cut out like that. And I cut those out of that green paper just to see how they would look. So I now have a whole bunch of different ornaments that I don't know what I'm going to do with, but I do know what I'm going to do with them with this card. Because then I took this Christmas greeting stamp, I stamped it on a piece of 2-inch paper, and I used the delightful tag topper and just stuck it in there and cut the top of it. And I'm going to stick it right up here at the top with a red bow in it. Now that has to be done last, but that's my plan. And then I'm going to take these guys here and put one here, one here, and one here, just like that. And take my red bow. Now I have a piece. Oh no, I don't think I like that. I would like something a little shinier. Fine. Okay, I got this ruffled ribbon. Okay, make that into a little bow. And what I'm going to do with that then is I'm going to put a glue dot on the bow in the back, and then I'm going to use dimensionals on the rest of that tag. And just put that like that. And you could always, I get it upside down every time. And I hear that if you tie it the opposite of the way you want it to go, that it will go the way you want it to go. That did not make any sense at all, did it? But I know what I'm talking about. So, because this is green, this isn't going to work out, but on my next one it is. So, I'll show you them. These guys, you could put little, oh, I know, red sequins at the top of these would look pretty. So I'm going to glue these on with this glue. And I'm going to use my tweezers so that I don't get glue all over my fingers because I'm so good at that. Hmm. And I think that I told you before that this glue isn't going to stick to the sparkle paper. And I think that this is going to prove me right. Yep, it is not going to stick. So here's what I'm going to do. Glue dots have been proven to work. This is one of the wonderful things about doing these live is you find these things out as you go. And sometimes it's just not great, but that's going to go there. And I'm going to use a sequin to kind of hide it anyway. So I think I'm okay. And since I now know that they don't stick, the glue doesn't stick, it's good enough. Just like that. And do the same thing here. Only this one might need something at the bottom too. And then, just take your glue dot and kind of squish it around a little bit. Make it into a string, a glue string instead of a glue dot. Now I'm going to put a red something at the top. And I have some red gems. I do believe these are from last year, but I think anything, any kind of red. I know there's red sequins, any red red gems, and they would work perfectly. And I'm going to stick one at the top of each one. And that one's going to need, yeah, that one is too. I'm going to have to stick glue dots at the bottom of these too. So with these, there's really not a whole lot of measurements involved. This is my design, not copied from anybody. The first one, like I said, was copied from Kelly Atchison, and I pretty much copied everything that she did on that one. Um, this one is mine, and the measurements, there's not a whole lot to it. It's the 8.5 by 11, or yeah, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, which is your typical. And then that's the only thing with it is it uses three different die sets, two different die sets. There. And I'm going to put a piece of something inside this. Now, this decorated with happiness. This is the stamp set that I used, the dies that I used for the ornaments. I like that Christmas greetings, and then it has wishing you a season decorated with happiness and wonder. And I'm going to use that for the inside because that just goes so nicely with this little card with an ornament. And then I'm going to oh, I think I'm going to put a little branch inside. I will put this wishing you. Okay, that's going to go there. And then I'll put a little branch here and have an ornament hanging down from the branch. Okay, so that's going to happen in green. Ooh. And I think, of course, the branch is going to be green. And I always find that those branches look cool if you shadow them like that. Do kind of two of them instead of one. But don't re-ink the second one. Just stamp off and stamp it. And I'm going to do this one in real red just to add a little bit of Christmas colors to it. And it looks crooked. I think it's on my block crooked. Now my fingers are red. Okay. There. How are we doing on time? 8:11. Okay, good. I got time for another one yet. I didn't do any real chit chat at the beginning because I was too messed up with this silly camera thing. Um, I hope this worked out for you. I hope you guys like this, that you can see better. That's what I'm really looking for, is that you can see better what's going on. I don't know about that third camera though. That is going to have to something's going to have to happen with that. But it does work out good for this, so you can get a pretty good close up. And I really love this effect, Connie. I love the way that looks with the two of them, and the inside of that is cute too. Okay, so that's that. That's our third card, but here's another one yet, and it's again on the same basic idea. I took my evening evergreen. For this one, I'm just going to use one. I'm using this one time on this green. Um, I told you what it was called already and forgot. Festive foils. Yes, Connie, I love the sparkly paper with these. But I tried this today and I thought, okay, I like that too. That looks good. This is the festive foils. I'm going to be having a bunch of cards made with this paper too because I have gotten, well, I was looking around today, I was looking for ideas. I got a bunch of ideas in my head cooking around, and some of the things that I saw using this paper for cards other than just Christmas cards too, birthday cards and stuff. Really cool stuff. So what else I was looking for today is I have a couple parties coming up and I have some classes like at the library where I have some new people coming in that have never done any of this kind of thing before. And I have some people that have been doing it and know what they're doing. And I don't want them to get bored. So I'm trying to find some fairly easy cards for beginners and then ways to jazz them up for people who are seasoned stampers. So that was what I was looking for today, and I just fell down the rabbit hole with those other ones and the greens and never got to my tri-level cards, but I'm going to do that one of these times. I'm going to start out with something real easy and then say, okay, then you could do this to it, and then you could do this to it, and then you could do this to it to add to it. So this one, I'm using my same ornaments that I cut out with the decorated with happiness, and I'm gonna just kind of put them in a different design. And I was thinking they would look pretty with the sparkly paper, but then I thought, you know what else I could do? Oops, did that come up for you? I hope not. I just all of a sudden MSN thing came up. What I was thinking is I could use them to make it look like uh, strings hanging down from a tree bough. One, two, three. Simple, but pretty, right? So I'm going to put this, I'm going to glue it down and I'm going to just have it come from right there. I told you I was going to use these. Whoops. Okay. We're going to glue these together. Now, this isn't the sparkly paper, so this should work fine with regular glue. Of course, maybe I need to use Tombow because that just doesn't seem to be sticking the way I would like it to be. I'm going to start glue wars here. Had one of those going with one of the classes I attended where there was some people that just loved their green glue and other people just loved the snail or the tape runners, and it was like an ongoing thing the whole conference. It was just one after another. Green glue, team green glue, team. It was really kind of funny. Now I'm going to put these straight in a row because I want to just put my Merry Christmas down at the bottom. What I would really like to do, I have um, the banners ordered, but I didn't get them yet, so I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is I have a set from last year that's similar to the go-to greetings, um, because I just wanted to say Merry Christmas. That's all. Oh, well, right there's one that's in the Christmas to remember. And that I believe is still around this year. So I'll use that one. Okay, what else is happening? I can't think of anything that's happening coming up. Um, Library isn't until November, the second Thursday in November. And yes, Susie, it's right before on stage. On stage is Stampin' Up's celebration. Their year ends September 30th, and so they celebrate demonstrators for sales and things like that. And they also introduced the January to June mini catalog. Yeah, can you believe it already? So that'll be coming out, and it's gonna be a busy month. Uh, we still have the join special where you can get an extra $35 worth of stuff. So it's 150, 55, $155 worth of products for $99. That's good until the end of this month, end of October. Um, let's see. Oh, there's going to be a whole new set coming out, and I will show it maybe next week since it's not available yet. I hate to do this. I hate to do it to people to say, "Oh yeah, but you can't get it yet." So next week it'll be closer to the time that you can get it. So I'll show it to you next week, and by then hopefully I will have things made. I know Susie already has things made with it, and oh, they're beautiful, Susie, as always. And I am hoping I will have something to make to show you at the next line. Excuse me one second. Okay, I'm going to do this in red, add a little color. But you know what? I'm also going to do it in green because I'm not sure which one I like better. So I'm going to do both, and then I'm going to decide when they're done which one I like better. It's okay to be wishy washy when you have, when you can, right? Okay. Oh, yes, I do know what I have coming up. I just put a fingerprint on that bell. Um, December 3rd, I have a craft show at the hair studio in Robizonia. It's right on Penn Avenue. And yeah, Penn Avenue, Robizonia. It is on Saturday. That is the 3rd. And I'm thinking it's 10 to 1. I'm pretty sure that's what she told me. Then the 10th is a craft show at Governor Mifflin High School auditorium, cafeteria, whatever. And I'll be doing that one too. Those are the only craft shows I'm doing this year because that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to keep it light and easy. Now, what I'm doing here, in case you're wondering, I find this very easy, much easier to do than to try to stamp and get it straight on a piece of paper. I will put it on a piece of paper that I know is a little bit bigger than I want it to be, and then cut that paper down around my reading. It just works better for me. because so often I'll cut a piece of paper and then I'll stamp on it, and it will be crooked or it will just not look right or it'll be too small or too big or something. So this just works out right. Okay, there's the green, there's the red. I think the green because everything else is green. So I'm going to stick with the green. Need something else. Maybe let's see. I know. I'm going to take a piece. Wait. I'm going to take a die. Yes, this Saturday Zoom get together. Thank you. If anybody's interested in just chatting while you're crafting, messing around, we're going to do the Zoom call Saturday from 10 to 12. I have had to reschedule that a half dozen times with all the camera problems that I was having and everything. I finally have found a decent solution that I can at least have a Zoom. And I'm still going to work on trying to get a Zoom camera to attach to my phone that isn't too expensive, that I can just use the phone here and then use that for whatever. But we'll see. We'll get there. Yeah, it's a slow process, but it's working. Okay, let me see what can I do here. I wanted something like that, but smaller. You know what? I'm going to cut this out and then I'm going to cut it up. I think that will work. What else? We have a team meeting tomorrow night at 7, 7 o'clock. Yeah, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. I'll be right back. I'm cutting this out. It'll only take me a second. And I can actually keep talking while I'm doing it. Okay, you can still hear me, right? Here we are. So this is what I cut out. Somebody, I think that this was either Susie or Connie. Somebody told me about this. To take a piece, take a lint roller and go over. You can't see what I'm doing here. I put it here, okay? And I go over this and it pulls all those pieces, all those little pieces out. What a great, great, great idea. I don't know whose idea it was, I forget. But thank you so much for that idea because it's a great one. I have this brush, this thing here. Half the time I end up tearing my paper using it. So that lint thing just works so good. Okay, so let's see. All I want is a piece. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this off right here. And there, that'll do. I don't need that long stem there either. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this part down. You're welcome. Susie says you're welcome. So that was your idea. What a great idea that was, man. That just works so much. I have like those brushes, and I have a foam mat that I use. I have all this different stuff, and nothing has worked as good as that. Oh, and I got a thumbprint, a red thumbprint on this bell. So this bow is going to be strategically placed so as to hide that. And then this is going to just go over top of that right there. And I still feel like it needs something. It needs something red. Don't you agree? Here they are. Well, let's stick this down first. I am also on YouTube. For anybody who doesn't know that, if you miss the regular um, Facebook Live on Wednesday night and you want to catch the replay, some people say they have a hard time finding it on Facebook. Look on YouTube. Nettie P Stamping is my YouTube channel, and I think they're on there by date. So you can just look on the date that you're missing, and boom, there I am. One, two, three. You found it from it's such a good idea. Okay, so there we go. There's our third one. Oh, I did not do the inside. Let me find something to put on the inside. I think I'll just put this on again. Wishing you a season decorated with happiness and wonder. That's such a good saying. I think a lot of my cards are going to say that this year because it's a nice one. So today we done a lot of green cards. Maybe we'll do a lot of red cards next week. I don't know. Or maybe we'll just do something altogether different. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, right? Oh, I'm going to do the same thing on this one that I did on the last one. I'm going to put a little branch over here. A little shadow there. And then I will take this and do it in red. Because I like the way that looked. There it is. I've been delivering cards too. I started going through my stash and I took a bunch to the VA hospital. And now I have to take a bunch down to our church. They're going to, get well cards, even some birthday cards and stuff. So I'm ready to, I made a lot of room. I'm ready to start making more cards. That's always a good day, right? Okay, so there we go. We have that with the ornaments. We have this one, which I love, with the sparkle paper. Oh, wait, guess what else I forgot? My secret weapon, which isn't so secret. I have told everybody about this, so I would sure hope I told you about it. I may not have told you on Facebook, so I'm going to do that right now before I leave. Running a little bit over time, but I think we'll be okay. My spritzer, because I need more, and I nothing leaves my office at Christmas time without this. Okay, it's plain old alcohol. Okay, isopropyl, whatever it's called. There, and I have 70%. Someone told me you should use 90% when you're mixing it like this. I use the 70%, it works fine. and put it in this little spray bottle. Get these, they're two in a pack for a couple bucks, $3, I think, three, four, something like that, from Stampin' Up. Um, oh, and pour it in something else in case you spill, like I just did. I get a little too much. Ooh, ooh, now I'm stink. I got a little too much there. And I don't want it filled to the very top. I want it filled almost to the top, but not quite. And it's okay because it dries. It's alcohol. It'll dry quick. Okay. Then I take this. This is, where can I put it that you can see it better? Is it is backwards? No, there it's not backwards. All purpose ink, frost white. It has a little ball in it. It's just a little bottle. It has a little ball in it. Shake it up. Get it at Amazon. It's made by, I don't know what it's made by. Sucanico. But I think if you just look for frosty ink, it's all purpose ink, frost white. Anyway, shake it up really, really good. And can you see this? I'm going to pour 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. And that is not a chemical formula. That just happens to be what came out. And I lost this little thing. I don't know where this came from. Oh, it came from inside there. Geez, wow. Okay. Stick this back together. We got alcohol leaking out. Shake the daylights out of it. First time you use it, the first time you do it, you're gonna see globs of it all over the place, but after a while it dissolves pretty good in the bottle. And then you just, because it has alcohol in it, it dries quick. So you just hold it over your card and spritz. I gave it three little spritzes, and that just gives a little bit of shimmer. And I just love the way it looks on all my Christmas cards. It goes, like I said, it goes on every single card. Yeah, that one was already pretty shimmery, so it didn't really need any more, but I did put some anyway. And then we have this one. And that one needed some shimmer. Well, so we have this one. So that's that secret. And then you have shimmer all over your hands, but it washes right off. And this tube is full now. It will last me all Christmas. I have I have a copper and I have something else. I forget what the other one is. Silver maybe. But this one is like a white almost. It's just a white shimmer. Frosty white. Okay. So um if you have any trouble finding anything that you need for that, give me a buzz and I will fill you in. And I can probably even stock you up because I know I have sprayers, I have alcohol, and I have uh, shimmer paint in stock. So that's it for tonight, folks. I'm glad you joined me. Thank you so much. I hope you like everything that we made. I hope you can see everything that we made. Um, I'll get this down yet. One of these days, I will get this down. If any of you are IT geniuses or know anybody who's an IT genius and have a good idea of how to do this stuff, please let me know. I can use all the help I can get. I would love to be able to have a full screen here. Even like if I like that top left screen is from my phone and I just can't get it any bigger. And I'm trying to find out if I can get a lens to put on my phone that I could zoom in with it or something. And people do this stuff, and when I ask them, how do you do that? They don't answer me. Or they tell me something and I don't know what they're talking about. So I'll figure it out one of these days. And until then, we're just going to keep playing until we figure something out. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful evening. And I will see you next week. Actually, those on my team, I'll see you tomorrow. And a lot of you, I'll see you on Saturday. Don't forget to send me a message if you want me to add you to the invite, and I will send you the the link. Bye. Oh, now you're welcome, Connie. Now I don't know how to stop it. Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, end broadcast. I can do this. Good night.